Hey everybody, this is Dalek44 bringing you another commentary since God knows when. And this time it's going to be the commentary on the Sekiko episode, Let's Go Fishing. And for those of you who may not know, this one was actually based off of an old Huxley Pig episode, where Huxley Pig goes fishing, of course. And that was one of my favourite Huxley Pig episodes from childhood, and I really wanted to do a story based off of that episode. So I figured, why not have Sekiko be put in that situation? But of course, to make the episode longer, I added in some of my own material to it. Like, extended the story and made it not a daydream. Because Huxley Pig episodes always had Huxley Pig having daydreams of what he could possibly be. Yeah, all the things he could be and whatnot. And for the sales booth that Sec's in for tickets for the fishing trip, I didn't really have anything else to use. I couldn't really think of anything else to use, so I just used a truck. I just used this wooden railway truck that you see in the film. Yeah, it was pretty effective, wasn't it? And it was basically making Sec the Horace of the episode, since Horace in Huxley Pig always loved to make money whatever way he could. And Sec's the kind of guy who wants to make money in any way he can in my show. So I just figured, why not make him the Horace of the episode? While Cyber is the Huxley Pig of the episode, while not being a pig of course. And Slitheen is just, well, Slitheen. And this episode was made years back, before I had my bedroom refurbished, shall we say. But as you notice, I have a lot of old things in this bedroom here. Like, this was back when I had the wooden floors, whereas now I have a blue carpet. So yeah, this was made back when I used to have a wooden floor. So in future videos you will notice many differences in the area that I film in. And the dock I use here is really just Brendan Docks, where Cranky is. I just decided to use Brendan Docks for the fishing trip and starting point. Yeah. And in a minute you'll see Bubs' new concession stand. Like, in the past I've always had his concession stand was always like a paper cutout against one of my cufflink containers. Yeah, I just used a cufflink container with a piece of paper stuck to it with blue tack. And at first that was always what I would use for the concession stand that Bubs had. But here I made it out of Lego, as you'll see in a minute. Ah, there it is. Yeah, I just decided to make a better concession stand for Bubs by having it built out of Lego. And I wrote the sign myself. And some of you may not have noticed, but the sign is very similar to the one on the original concession stand from Homestar Runner. Like, I really wanted the sign to be the same as it was in Homestar Runner. So I just wrote it myself. And I'm not really sure what else to talk about this here. Yeah, and well, I do love the line, do you reckon it's cheaper for me to buy the boat? Because that was what Huxley Pig originally asked Horace in the episode. Like, with how much Horace was charging him for a fishing fee. And Huxley Pig was wondering if it was just cheaper to buy the boat. And that really is a funny line. Oh yeah, and here we get the introduction of Little Miss Giggles, played by Boris Fangirl. And like Little Miss Chatterbox, Boris Fangirl was the first person I actually went to when it came to finding someone to play Little Miss Giggles. And because of how awesomely she voiced Little Miss Chatterbox, I thought, why not let her voice Miss Giggles as well? And she really does have a cute giggle and laugh when she was voicing Little Miss Giggles. And I really am hoping to have a scenario of Sec occur where Miss Giggles shows up again. I just gotta think of the proper episode to feature her in. And, oh yeah, we have R2-D2 in this episode along with Bubs. I'm not really sure why, but I just really wanted to have R2-D2 in this for some reason. Because he and C-3PO were two of my favourite Star Wars characters growing up. And I don't know if you already noticed, but back when I was a kid and just this crazy moment of C-3PO drinking and smoking, even though droids can't drink or smoke, but that's the crazy logic of my world. So anyway, as I was saying, when I first watched the first Star Wars movie, I really thought that R2-D2 and C-3PO were the main characters of the film, because they had the most screen time for the most of it. Oh dear. Sec opens the door on Slitheen. It's just another example of Slitheen getting severely injured when he doesn't even deserve it. But Sec would think that he does deserve it because Slitheen's such an idiot. So Slitheen just takes all this crap from everyone, and he's so stupid that he just takes it anyway. And I should probably talk about that ship. The Lego ship was from an old Lego Pirates range I had. It came with sailors as well, but I can't really remember what happened to all the sailors. I think I might have used them for custom-made figures. And in a moment we'll start the Cabin Fever musical number from Muppet Treasure Island. It was one of my favourite songs from the Muppets' careers. And I really wanted to use that song in the video, and this just seemed like the perfect video to use the song in. Because as I said, it's one of my favourite songs from childhood. And it was also to fill in the time I had. Because I do enjoy putting some musical numbers in my videos. But it has to be songs that I enjoy listening to, if I'm honest with you. Which is why sometimes you mostly hear Family Guy songs. Because who doesn't love a Family Guy song? And of course I had to make a reason for Sec to get cabin fever, so I just had this crazy idea that he would see Doc Warner on the rocks in the ocean, and that would drive him crazy. It was just something random I came up with. There's not really much to talk about with the Cabin Fever song, because everybody who watched Muppet Treasure Island knows it off by heart. Even if they don't completely sing to it or completely know the lyrics, they'll at least know the tune for it and the whole "We Got Cabin Fever" thing. And another one of the things that made Cabin Fever one of my favourite songs is the fact that the lyrics for one part was one character saying that he'd like to get his hands on whoever wrote the script, because that was a fourth wall joke in the episode, in the movie. And as you know, I love fourth wall jokes, which is why I use them in pretty much every video I've ever made. Because a lot of the stuff I grew up with as a kid was full of fourth wall jokes, including the Muppet Treasure Island and a lot of Cartoon Network shows. And even Family Guy broke the fourth wall every now and then. Oh, and Animaniacs broke the fourth wall too. That's a good example of breaking the fourth wall. Who doesn't love a fourth wall joke? And we come up to the end of the song, which is also the end of part 1 of the episode.